You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, activists discuss the Protection Against Violence Act. Scorers prepare for back to school. Eleuthera gets a new clinic. In sports, Jazz makes Bahamian history. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, starts now. Glad to have you with us. Good evening. I'm Desmond Saunders. Welcome to the Bahamas tonight. Thanks for looking in. Minister of Social Services, the Honorable Obi Wolscombe, getting feedback from women's groups on the Protection Against Violence Act. The Social Services and Urban Development Minister is satisfied with the progress of those talks with female stakeholders whose input is crucial to enacting and enforcing this vital piece of legislation.
Their team will sit with the legal team now and work out the language of their recommendations. And once that's completed, it gets to the Attorney General. The Attorney General brings it to the Cabinet, then we'll get it to the House of Assembly. So we're making progress. I feel very good about it.
Wolscombe doesn't want to ignore the efforts already made to protect victims of violence and abuse.
Work that's done by the Crisis Center on a regular basis and all the NGOs. They do work and they contribute. Now, I wanted to bring all that together. Now let's bring it all together. And as we bring it all together, and because for this commission to be had, and then we're able to put in place the necessary bodies, then we'll have it under one umbrella, dealing with issues, and we'll have a sustained approach to getting messages out.
In news from the crime beat, a 37-year-old Minnie Street resident nursing injuries in hospital following an early morning shooting Saturday morning. Police say the male victim was standing at the front of a bar on Charles Vincent Street when he was hit to the head by a bullet. He's listed in stable condition. A manhunt continues for a male believed to be responsible for an armed robbery on Friday afternoon. The victim was parked at the front of his Blair Estates home when he was approached by a male who produced a firearm and robbed him of his vehicle and cell phone. Investigations continue into both matters. Well, the Bahamas Department of Corrections staging a third town hall meeting toward the framing of the conditional release of offenders bill last evening at the Anatole Rogers High School. Minister of National Security, the Honorable Wayne Monroe, proposed parole bill panelists, senior members of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, officials from the Bahamas Department of Corrections, along with members of the public participating in those discussions. Apart from reiterating the intent to amend the terms of parole and the practice of reducing up to 1/3 of those charged with serious offenses, the question and answer segment ushered in a number of questions.
Important bill, and I hear some things that I actually like in this bill. However, I think that one of the issues that must be addressed is we need to define a life sentence.
Requires the individual to have a job. Will this be the responsibility of the parolee, or is the board that's going to be formed going to seek out jobs for the parolees?
Prison has a very heavy load of psychiatric patients, and I feel that where the other individuals would need a job, I feel the psychiatric person would need a family member. They can't contribute to society, all of them. Some can, but most of them no. But if we could get a family member by way of this bill to take responsibility for that person and their medical attention, it would be an easement on the government.
The Minister of National Security had this response to concerns raised.
In order to go on day parole now, the equivalent of it, there will be businesses who contact the correctional facility and say they're willing to take inmates on day parole. Going forward, you heard the Deputy Commissioner talk about BARCOR. And this is what we get from the Canadians who we have a memorandum of understanding with. There are certain industries that are set up within corrections. So right now, the correctional facility makes all of the license plates. For short sentences, there is no sentence plan.
Yeah.
And so there is no application of prison correctional officers to address people on short sentences.
Yes.
They will be managed in the community. You now intend to use suspended sentences where you don't just go to jail for 5 years in the beginning. We sentence it to you and we tell you if you behave for 3 years, you ain't gonna go. Now, the expectation is that unless somebody has a burning desire to go to jail, they can behave for 3 years.
Improve healthcare services for North Eleuthera residents. With the reopening of that island's community clinic on Friday, scores of health professionals and residents turning out to witness the occasion in Bluff, Eleuthera. Minister of Health, the Honorable Michael Darville, calling the renovated healthcare facility monumental to the health needs of Eleuthera residents. Well, still to come with the weekend edition, the stressful period of back-to-school shopping is here again, believe it or not. Details of that and more after the break.
Vaccines protect those we love the most, our children and our grandchildren. I vaccinated my children to protect them. Getting your child immunized can protect them against diseases like polio, measles, whooping cough, and others. So protect your child today by getting them immunized. My grandchildren are vaccinated. You should do the same. Vaccinate your children and your grandchildren and make sure they are safe.
Vaccines are essential for new and returning students. As you begin back-to-school preparations, ensure that your children's vaccinations are up to date. All vaccines are available at all public health clinics. This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and USAID.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using SAN dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a SAN dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving SAN dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your Central Bank approved
digital wallet providers. It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever SAN dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sandollar.bs for more information.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Lunchbox to crayons to calculators. Just how prepared are you for this fall semester? Well, our Antonia Smith took to the streets today as parents continue to prepare while taking advantage of the back-to-school VAT-free holiday.
Despite the downpour, scores of parents today meandered through the pitter-patter of rain, making their way to local school supply stores, all in an effort to score their back-to-school best.
Well, we opened from 9 o'clock this morning, and they was there park waiting for us to open.
Their urgency due in part to the VAT-free back-to-school holiday, an annual opportunity for parents to prepare items for their kids without the extra tax.
The 10% discount, perfect.
It's a phenomenon that's also led to a rise in demand at local stores year after year, with more and more parents now opting to shop local.
The day is the busiest day we have ever seen yet for back to school because of the VAT-free. And so much parents was waiting for this day.
Well, the parents we spoke to says that the VAT-free holiday gives them an opportunity to add on a smart look while subtracting costs, totaling an overall better back-to-school experience.
My guys, they need everything. They need school pants, they need shirts, and like you can see, they need a lot of stuff. So that'll help with allowing us to be able to get the uniforms and then the books. And I have 3 kids, so yeah, it's a little easy on my pocket.
Parents warn, though, that the holiday event is not a reason to take preparations lightly. In fact, providing us with these tips from parent to parent.
Shop early if you're shopping in the Bahamas because sizes and merchandise is going pretty quickly.
Once you have the funds on time, shop early so to avoid back and forward and being around a lot of crowds.
To shop around, see what savings you can find, try everywhere you can try. Look for reasonable prices everywhere.
The back-to-school VAT-free holiday continues from August 19th to September 10th. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Antoinette Smith.
Ahead of the reopening of schools in the country in a matter of weeks, the nation's chief prime minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, along with Education Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hanna-Martin, and Minister of State for Education Zane Lightbourne will view the scope of works being completed at several government schools here in the capital. The delegation will tour Government High, T.A. Thompson Junior High, Woodcock Primary, and Uriah McPhee Primary Schools tomorrow afternoon. There was a lot of buzz and excitement on Chesapeake Avenue Friday, and it all had to do with the annual Janae's Uniform Center Back to School Extravaganza. It's a day stacked with great deals for customers and lots of giveaways, games, food, and prizes. Kids even got a chance to win gift bags by answering correctly some local history trivia.
There she won a hot lunch box. She can put a hot lunch in that.
It's my grand. My baby just gone off to college last year. I was shopping there from then to now.
Today is a great day. I look forward to it I think I enjoy it more than the children.
Nestled in the heart of downtown Nassau is the country's newest art gallery, Native Arts and Crafts on Bay. From wooden structures to abstract paintings, a new facility showcases the very best of Bahamian talent. Moya Strawn and Vonnie Culmer are the store owners.
We're about to have artists host their own individual art shows here. We're also about to put in place school programs where we will invite in school trips where students can come and learn more of our artists that are here in the Bahamas. We're also going to do a lot of sip and paints here so people can come, not just our tourists, but our locals can come in and relax in this atmosphere.
They keep talking about growth on Bay Street, trying to bring Bay Street back. One of the things we wanted to do was to come up with a product that we could market on Bay Street. And so we thought of something native to the country, and artwork is what came to mind. Not only the artwork, but crafts. And when you think of that, I thought of Moya, because she's an artist. So we got together and started to collaborate.
The work of 15 Bahamian artists now on display at the Art Gallery. As the facility expands, it will welcome artists from the Family Islands and the public school system, artists elated over the new venue.
I've done murals, I've done portraits, I've done paintings, I've done drawings, I've done sip and paints. I've done a number of things.
I wanted the opportunity to show my work off to the Bahamian public. I haven't been doing it for a while. I've been doing more graphic design, animation, and more of the computer arts.
It's great exposure. It's fun to actually be able to explore, show work again since the 2 years of not being able to go out and do so much. So it's a great opportunity for us to gather together to show authentic Bahamian artwork along with my other fellow artists.
Well, great work. And as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. Just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. There's more after this.
Vibrant heart of the Bahamas, a common loftier goal unites us all. A place where love and unity thrive, where world-class technology is accessible and affordable, connecting every generation. We believe in our heritage and the boundless potential that lies within us. We believe in Bahamians.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Vaccines protect those we love the most, our children and our grandchildren. I vaccinated my children to protect them. Getting your child immunized can protect them against diseases like polio, measles, whooping cough, and others. So protect your child today by getting them immunized. My grandchildren are vaccinated. You should do the same. Vaccinate your children and your grandchildren and make sure they are safe.
Vaccines are essential for new and returning students. As you begin back-to-school preparations, ensure that your children's vaccinations are up to date. All vaccines are available at all public health clinics. This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and USAID.
First we plan, then we innovate, then we build. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we are committed to quality, to safety, and to service. We know that the road you take is just as important as your final destination. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, it is our job to make sure the road and the ride are as smooth as possible. From striping roads to building them, we are the right choice, the trusted choice, the only choice to help you build your tomorrow.
ZNEST Toll Sports is brought to you by the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Tune to coverage of the World Athletics Championship on the ZNEST Television Network from August 19th through the 27th and watch all the action live from Budapest, Hungary.
Welcome to your Saturday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports news. The World Athletics Championships over in Budapest, Hungary, well underway. Delegation from the 242 is ready and eager to make their mark. First up for the Bahamas was sprinter Terrence Jones competing in the heats of the men's 100 meters. Jones ran in heat 6 out of lane 9. An interesting one as he was head-to-head against reigning World Olympic champion Marcel Lamont Jacobs out of Italy. Jones would finish 6th, though, in 10.32 seconds. Japan's Hakeem Sani Brown would win that heat in 10.07, and Jamaica's Rohan Watson in second in 10.11, with the reigning Olympic champion Jacobs getting the last automatic qualifying spot in 10.15. Team Bahamas back on the track tomorrow with the women's and men's 400-meter heats, where we will see reigning Olympic champions Shawnee Miller-Weibo and Stephen Gardner compete, along with Alonzo Russell and Shaquem Smith. Donald Thomas also set to compete in the men's high jump. In baseball news, it was a record-breaking night for the Prince over in California as Jazz Chisholm went 2 for 4 with a 3-run home run, an additional run scored and a walk in the Marlins' 11-3 win over the Dodgers. With the homer, the 46th of Jazz's career, he now has the most home runs ever hit by a Bahamian Major League Baseball player, surpassing Andre Rogers' career total of 45 in just 4 seasons. Chisholm patted the Marlins' lead with a 4th-inning blast, the team's 5th homer of the contest. He's batting .271 over 15 games since returning from an injury. After the biggest win in Bahamian basketball history on Wednesday, the Bahamas men's national team, hoping to continue that momentum tonight, as they're set to take on Uruguay in the semifinals of the FIBA Pre-Olympic qualifying tournament. That game scheduled for just after 8 this evening. The 2-4-2 also gearing up for a potential rematch against Argentina. Still on hoops, the Lutra All-Stars basketball camp wrapped up earlier this week. The joint initiative between the Lutheran Amateur Basketball Association and the Coco de Mama Resort highlighted the young basketball talent on the island, where head coach of Gonzaga High School in Washington, Steve Turner, says he hopes that the Bahamas can emerge as leaders of this new wave of international basketball talent.
I think the game has gone global. I mean, you look at the NBA right now. One of our last 4 NBA MVPs are all from foreign countries, not U.S. born. So we got to be able to spread out and get out to different places and continue to be able to see the talent that there is all over the world. And I think right now I'm having a blessed opportunity to be able to see what the talent is here in the Bahamas, and that the future here is bright, and people need to be able to come down here and see these young men, and probably even some young women. You know, today we're the all boys camp, but young women and men that are going to have an opportunity to be really good and bring even more to the game of basketball.
With financial backing now secured, the Bahamas Bodybuilding, Wellness, and Fitness Federation shifting their focus to Aruba, as that will be the site of the 2023 CAC Bodybuilding Championships.
So my expectation this year for the team, I think those 14 members, as we saw them last Saturday, in an assessment evaluation session, Chief Judge Charles Seeley, along with head coach Raymond Tucker, team manager Nato Dane, and then of course our assistant team coach Jason Johnson, they all would have seen these athletes, and they reported back that these individuals looked that much better than they did at the Nationals already, and so that was good news to my ears. With that being said, I think we definitely will be medaling all the different categories we will compete in. I'm sure of that, or be in the finals, top 6 final finishers in each one of those categories.
And that's been Look at Your Sports on this Saturday. A check on weather when we return.
ZNEST Total Sports is brought to you by the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies. Tune into coverage of the World Athletics Championship on the ZNEST Television Network from August 19th through the 27th, and watch all the action live from Budapest, Hungary.
The most important thing in life is family, and whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Good to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. If it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
Hi, my name is Latoya Hutchison from New Beginnings Garden. I am in the running for Backyard Farm of the Year. I can tell you, when I saw the post, because I follow your page consistently, and when I saw it, I was the first to say, let me jump on it, because it's a connection to who I am. I believe that each one teach one. So a platform like this allows me an opportunity to inspire someone to know that it doesn't matter what size your garden is or your farm is. It's just being consistent.
And now that Latoya has started her bustling backyard garden, she has no plans on stopping. She told us why she decided to start her farming journey in the first place.
When I made that decision to become a farmer, it was to help my mom as we got a health scare. And so at that time, I knew that she needed a consistent flow of organic food. So I decided to take that initiative to go ahead and get started, do my part, but at the same time, be able to share and inspire others.
LaToya was one of the first entries in the Agrarian Awards Backyard Farmer category, and she's looking forward to walking away with the top prize.
Besides being able to boast and brag about it, being able to become a winner means that I have an opportunity to expand and to help others and to continue my journey to inspiring others to go ahead and grow. Because food security itself cannot happen just by me as an individual. So this opportunity, I can expand my garden and actually donate. So a part of what I do, I always give back.
LaToya has many uses for her garden. It serves as a place of peace for her. She uses the garden to get the youth in her community involved in farming, and it's a nutritional source of abundance for her family's health. She applauds Minister of Agriculture Clay Sweeting and his team for the initiative.
Being recognized on a platform like this for farmers says that we are definitely in for the long run. We have the support of our government. We have the support of a community who believes in indeed that we can actually find food security locally and not going to ship and import everything that we need. So I think this initiative and this awards is one of those things that we will feel proud.
For Good to Grow, I'm Georgie O'Bain.
With the help of our authorized financial institutions, or AFIs, using sand dollars is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Step 1. Identify your preferred AFI by browsing their websites or contacting them directly. Step 2. Download the free mobile application from Google Play or the Apple Store and then register for a sand dollar account. Step 3. Load money onto your mobile app and begin sending and receiving sand dollars or purchasing and selling goods and services.
We are pleased to be
your central bank approved
digital wallet providers.
It does not matter
which of us you choose.
You can pay for goods and services
wherever sand dollar is accepted.
We are all in this together.
Visit sanddollar.bs for more information.
Hi everyone, when heading to Florida to shop for your essentials, book your transportation with GoGoFlorida.com. The $100 cash deposit is back and accepted at Fort Lauderdale, Miami, or Palm Beach. Now there are lots of options to choose from, but I like the Tesla X, the electric vehicle, because I don't have to worry about gassing up, or the Jeep Compass seating 5 with lots of space for your luggage or shopping bags. For the best deals, book now at GoGoFlorida.com, BahamasAir.com, and also available at Bahamas Air Sales Office.
My mommy made sure that I was vaccinated because she loves me.
Getting our precious little ones vaccinated protects them from so many diseases like polio, measles, and whooping cough. Vaccines are safe and effective. Immunizations can prevent illnesses and even death. Vaccines are essential for new and returning students. As you begin back-to-school preparations, ensure that your children's vaccinations are up to date. All vaccines are available at all public health clinics. This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and USAID.
Time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. More rain in the forecast tonight, Basil.
Well, there's some residual showers will lurk around, particularly over the northwest Bahamas, but things will be improving as we head into tomorrow. The details coming up late in the newscast, so stay tuned. But right now, we are under cloudy skies with some recent light rain showers. Temperature at 80 degrees, relative humidity 79%. We have easterly winds at 7 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,014.6 millibars. That's 29.96 inches. Temperatures around the Family Violence this evening. We are getting 80 degrees in Greentoll Key, Freeport at 80 degrees, in Marshall, Barbacoa 86 degrees, Berry Island 78, 80 degrees in Alliston, Bimini 85 in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera at 89, Black Point, Exuma 84 also in Kemp Space, St. Andros, Fresh Creek and Central Andros at 82 degrees, 88 in Otterstown, Cat Island, San Salvador and Rum Key, Georgetown, Exuma 1 degree up at 89 degrees, 88 in Ragged Island, Cloud, San Long Island and Crooked Island. Very warm in Betsy Bay, McWarner. They have a temperature of 90 degrees, 90 also in Acklands and Matitani, Nagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 88 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight, southeast winds to northwest Bahamas at 10 to 15 knots. The wave heights today will remain at 2 to 4 feet, with your high tide taking place at 10:39 tonight. Now for the central and southeastern islands, the winds are expected to be east to southeast at 15 to 20 knots. Wave heights 4 to 7 feet, with caution flags in place for the central and southeastern islands tonight. But tomorrow, we will see an increase in those winds in the northwestern parts of the country. The winds increase to 12 to 18 knots out of the southeast. Wave heights building 3 to 6 feet, so we'll post caution flags for the northwest Bahamas tomorrow. High tide will occur at 11:03 in the morning, with a low tide at 5:14 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Sunday, a further increase in winds becoming easterly at 15 to 25 knots. Very rough sea condition, 5 to 8 feet over the ocean, so we'll bump that caution flag up to an advisory for small boaters. And in the tropics, we have several systems out there. We're watching this one, the first one just off the African coast, has about a 20% chance of developing over the next 7 days. And just ahead of that, to the northwest of that system, there's another one, 70% chance of this developing into a tropical depression or a tropical storm over the next several days. And just to the southwest of that system, this one also 70% chance of developing, and just around the Lesser Antilles we have yet another tropical wave, a very strong one. This one has about a 50% chance of developing over the next 7 days. And then closer to home, we have this mass of clouds which dumped some heavy rains over the northwest and central parts of the country last night and this morning. It is now moving very slowly towards the west, and the National Hurricane Center is giving this one about a 50% chance of developing, but that would not take place until it gets here in the Gulf of Mexico over that warm body of water. Tonight, we are looking at partly cloudy, very warm, with a thunderstorm still possible as that system slowly moves away towards the west. Low temperature tonight will get down to 81 degrees, and tomorrow it's going to be a bit on the breezy side, so we'll see those winds increasing throughout the 700 islands. Some clouds in the mix during the morning hours, lots of sunshine developing as we head into the afternoon. High temperature tomorrow, 90 degrees, and your extended weather forecast is going to be much better tomorrow, much improved condition, but we'll have some showers working their way back in our forecast, and they will be of the off and on nature on Monday. But as we head into Tuesday and the rest of the week, lots of sunshine in the forecast, and those temperatures once again getting up to that toasty level. Desmond?
Thanks, Basil. That ends the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.